Hi and welcome. In this video, we're going to be taking what we learned from the last video and analyzing quadratic functions and putting it into real practice by looking at actual quadratic functions and grabbing information from them. So let us begin. So the first thing it asks us for is our vertex. So when we're looking for a vertex, it's either the highest or the lowest point of the parabola. So here we can see we have a minimum and it's our lowest point right here, and that is -2, -4, right? So we're going to put -2, -4. And when we're asked for axis of symmetry, it's always going to be the x value of a vertex. So -2. And you always have to put x equals and whatever the x value of your vertex is. And since this is a positive concave up, we can see that we have our minimum. It's our lowest point. So we're going to put minimum. And now that we're looking at increasing, decreasing, we're going to draw our little bike, right? Little person on a bike, and he's going, first he's decreasing all the way down, 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 down. So we're going to write that he's decreasing from -infinity, and it's always to be your x value, so to -2, and we include -2. Sorry, thinking of the wrong thing. Including is for domain and range. It goes to -2. And then he's going back up, so we're going dun, 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 all the way up to it. So we're going from -2. Oh, I put these in the wrong order. I was really confused. He decreases first. So then he's going from -2 to infinity. I was getting ahead of myself, right? So that's for our increasing and decreasing. Now, when looking at domain and range, I got ahead of myself when I was doing increasing and decreasing. When we look at domain and range, domain is all of our x. Domain is all of our x values, right? When we look at our x values right here, they keep on going because this parabola keeps on going. We don't know when it stops, so we can keep on going with these x values. So we say our domain and range is from -infinity all the way to +infinity, right? And our range is our y's. Put y right here, our y values. So when we're looking at that, when we're looking at our range, we always go from down, the lowest point, all the way upwards. Or if there's no point, we're always going to go down to up. That's how we read it, left to right and down to up. So our lowest point here would be -4 in the y, and it goes all the way to +infinity. So we put a bracket, since -4 is a point on the graph, we're including it with that bracket, and we're going all the way to infinity. That's what the bracket means. It's an inclusion of that point. And our end behavior, this is a positive graph. So our end behavior is as x approaches infinity, f of x also approaches infinity. And as x approaches -infinity, f of x also approaches infinity, right? So that's it for the first one. Let's move on to the second one. Here we have a -1 looking downwards. So the first thing is we're going to grab our vertex, which our vertex is -2, 4. For our axis of symmetry, just get the x value from the vertex like that. So x equals -2. We do have a maximum here since it's negative, right? We're going to draw our little bike, right? So first our bike is increasing, right? So it's increasing from -infinity. It's always going to be your x value all the way to -2, right? This is increasing here, yeah. And then we're going decreasing from -2 all the way to infinity. Yeah, because it goes all the way downwards. So he's going up, 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 up. He's increasing here. He stops right here and then changes all the way down to decreasing. For quadratic functions, it's always going to be your domain's negative infinity to positive infinity because we don't have a ending point here. They don't stop. And then our range here, we're always looking from down to upwards, down and up. All right. So we're coming in from negative infinity on the range. And we're stopping at this point right here. There's no more y values up there that keep on going. So we're stopping at 4. It's an inclusion of 4 since 4 is the point. When looking at our end behavior, we have x approaching infinity as f of x approaches negative infinity, negative, and as x approaches negative infinity, f of x also approaches negative infinity. That's good. Now moving on to our last and final one. First, we're going to grab our vertex 3, negative 2. So we have 3, comma, negative 2. Our axis symmetry is always going to be the x value from our vertex, so x equals 3. Right, that's 3, negative 2, yeah. We have a minimum here because it's a positive, concave up, min. When looking at increasing and decreasing, always go from the top corner, top left, or if it's the bottom left, whatever, so we can start all the way to the leftmost. And he's going down first, so he's decreasing. He's decreasing from negative infinity. Yeah, negative infinity to 3. That's right, yeah, 3. And then from 3 to infinity. Like I said, domain and range is always going to be is always going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. And our range here going down to up. We're starting at negative 2 and we're going all the way up and continuously going up. So it's an inclusion of negative 2 all the way to infinity. And for our end behavior, let's see here, it's positive. So as x approaches infinity, f of x also approaches infinity. As x approaches negative infinity, f of x approaches infinity. Alrighty, so that's it for this video, going over practicing analyzing quadratic functions. In the next video, we're going to be doing vertex form for the quadratic functions, and then we're going to do practice, and then we'll go over intercept form. Thank you very much, and take care.